Hey everyone, and welcome back to another RLCraft Dregora video. Today, we're going to be diving deep into the hidden lore scattered across this mod pack. Like most story-driven games, RLCraft Dregora doesn't just hand you the narrative. It actually hides a lot of it in ancient books, crumbling ruins, mysterious places you have to discover through playing the game. I spent a lot of time tracking a lot of these down, transcribing them, and piecing the story together. But I couldn't have actually done it alone. Huge shout out to NLBlackEagle, one of the mod devs, for giving me a key tip to find the last missing entries, and Ashnanodesu, who uncovered most of these books. Oh, and players in various servers like Shivaxis and Shatcraft along the way too. Thank you. With all that said, let's jump into this history of RLCraft Dregora and uncover what, lies beneath the chaos. I've also made a rough timeline for your reference, so feel free to check it out and maybe follow along with it. Share it with your friends. So our journey begins in the year 2116. Earth was teetering, it was about to collapse, and fossil fuels had run dry, so no oil, Nations were in chaos and desperation. And the world's leaders then decided to launch a project called Arcturus. It was a risky attempt to get another form of energy called zero-point energy. It's a theoretical infinite power source that draws from quantum fabric of the universe. But the experiment failed catastrophically. So the space-time cracked, the dimensions bled into one another, and strange particles, impossible to predict or contain, mutated life as we know it. And so began what is known as the Blight, a cataclysm that erased civilization and spawned horrifying, corrupted beings. So the few that survived fled underground, waiting for centuries in nuclear bunkers, hoping the surface would one day heal. After this, in part 2, of the main books, hope was not actually entirely lost. Decades before the collapse, a starship called the Dregoran Voyager was launched towards the stars to find a new home. Aboard it, humanity's last dream of survival, but fate had other plans. Basically, a microscopic meteor hit the ship's navigation system while they were flying. And the damage was minor, but it was devastating, so it basically delayed their destination. Instead of being in 5 years, a 1,000 years passed. They were frozen, and they froze themselves, in frozen stasis. And basically it made its way slowly back to Earth. And then on to part number 3, the Return of Ruin. When those people awoke, the Earth was unrecognizable. The blue planet was now red, dust-choked wasteland, and haunted by twisted creatures that ruled and corrupted the ecosystems. Instead of fleeing again, though, the crew stayed. They voted to stay and rebuild. They used advanced terraforming tech and the zero-point modules. The Voyager, which was their ship, the descendants turned a corner of the world green again, and they started planting forests, built towns, raised walls against the corrupted, and called this strange new paradise Dregora, which you can find actually in 00 as being like the world center per se. Then on to part 4, the generations passed. Dregorians, once starfarers or travelers, they were basically new pioneers, survivors, and warriors. They explored the deep farlands, discovered remnants of lost civilizations, and they fought a lot of different horrors in the depths, which they discovered, which is known as the Underneath. They were basically the leftover of cities that corruption festered with like the wound, and there's a lot of books that talk about it and the stories about a lot of different survivors. A lot of them actually left clues in journals and ancient ruins and spoke of a coming of a second Blight and the return of the Revenants, which are basically undead beings cursed by the first collapse. So it's probably referring to the same, SRP monsters or undead. And onto the last book, Across the Lands lie forgotten dungeons, sunken churches, icy wastelands, and pirate tales talking about rats. Each story, from a soldier diary to haunted poems, it reveals a piece of Dregora's puzzle, and I highly encourage you to read those books if you want to get the full context of this. This is more of a TLDR. This is not just a world, it's a living mystery filled with lore to uncover, dangers to survive, and past that never truly died. So whether you're a survivor, an explorer, or a dreamer seeking the truth, as a player, welcome to Dregora, the end and the beginning. As a reminder, a transcription of all the books that were found are in the description. Definitely give them a look if you want to check it out for yourself. I personally recommend Radbeard's journal because it talks about Natsu the Rat, which, fun fact, is the name of the rat that NLBlackEagle, one of the authors, actually has. Here's a clip of him.
Hello Natsu. Hello. How are you doing today?
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know what you'd like to see next. There's plenty more Dregora content and explanation videos on my channel, so be sure to check them out. I'll see you in the next adventure.